I'm Jack, and I'm Team Silver. I went to Hill Grove High School.
Hey, I'm Will Scarborough. I'm from Archer High School in Gwinnett County, and I'm Team Rowo!
Hey, I'm Chandler. I'm from Peachtree City. I'm Team Black. I went to Landmark Christian High School.
Okay, so now, if you will, step away so that everyone can see your challenge on the stage. Let's take a look.
The elephant's trunk contains over 100,000 muscles and tendons, endowing it with incredible strength and control. A trunk made from a plastic spring is, by contrast, all loosey-goosey. In this challenge, the contestant must swing their springy trunk up so that it lands in a fully retracted state on their forehead. Swing too far and it's tusk-tusk. Failure to complete this task in 60 seconds may result in elimination.
Give them a hand! Make sure it's centered, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to give him a minute to get ready and I'll set up. Okay, we can only just coil it just so far before it's... Okay, ready? Nice. And let's put the timer on. There you go. See, I think some of you are going to practice this later, right? Yes. I have something to tell everyone in the room. Jen Wren, as you say, she got it right before we got started here. So I'm just putting it there. Way to go, guys. Have a seat. All right. We are going to have one final challenge. I see right here, right there in the back, right here. All right. I think we saved the best for last. Right now, we're going to hear your name, where you went to school, and also what color you are.
I'm Reese. I'm from McIntosh High School, and I'm from PCC, Georgia.
I'm Marilyn. I'm from Zionsville, Indiana, Senior High School, and I'm on Roho.
Hey y'all, I'm Julia Baumel. I'm from Roswell, Georgia, and I'm Team Black!
This is my favorite game, I just want to say. We're going to let you take a look.
Jump in the trunk. This challenge begins with 8 ping-pong balls loaded inside an empty tissue box, attached to the waist directly above the gluteus maximus. By jumping, shaking, bending, wriggling, and even contorting, the contestant must get all it holds to exit the box. No hands allowed. Failure to complete the this task in 60 seconds may result in elimination.
Make sure you cheer for your team member. Here's what we'll do. Now, we want to make sure you really have to shake, so you've got to tie it really tight around your waist. There we go. I think we should hear the unity cheer right now. What do you think? I mean, this is it. The game has not begun. 3, 2. Okay, I'm not keeping score. You're keeping score. You guys can figure out the points as we go. Let's give them a hand for the courage to get up here. So, why is it so important when we talk about getting up on stage? See, I go around and I get to teach different companies around Georgia, and I've got to teach a good bit around the United States, all about communication skills. And so when we bring in a speaker and we ask for you to learn how to use your message, I want to tell you why. Because the world is watching you. When you were in college and you were gathering new ideas, there are people who are focusing in on what you have to say. One statistic that I read said 9% of freshmen responding said there was a very good chance that they would participate in protests while they're in school. And again, I want you to remember who you are. But apart from protests, you're going to be given a chance to speak a lot more while you're in school. I can remember being in one class where you had to share ideas in the class, and my best friend passes me a note that says, "Remember to take Advil before this class." Because you're suddenly sharing ideas, you're having to challenge your own thinking, and it's a new way for you to get ideas out, but also when you speak, people are listening to what you have to say. So for the rest of our time, we're going to talk a little bit more about how do you communicate with clarity, and how do you use your message for good. See, everyone in here is a leader. You wouldn't be sitting here tonight. Every one of you has already said, "I'm willing to jump into the college experience," or you wouldn't have signed up for Dawg Camp. And every one of you already has a set of values. And so when we talk about this, remembering who you are, we are looking at what are your values? What do you stand for? And how do you demonstrate that? And is it possible that your values may change as you arrive into this experience? When we talk about values, anytime you're communicating with another person, the important thing is that you're trying to build trust with someone else. And so when we look at this, trust is based on two things: credibility and empathy. And in order to demonstrate this best, Chelsea did a great job. She read off of a website where my name must be listed. But I'm going to give you a new introduction to myself. Would that be okay right now? And in order to do that, I think I'm going to come down off of the stage for a minute. And I'm just going to get to come meet some different people in the room. So I'm going to come right here. I'm April. I'm so glad to meet you. Maura? Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Johns Creek, Georgia.
Well, I'm so glad you can get to talk with me today. I've taught over 20,000 people. I've been ranked in the top 1% of all those trainers. I've worked for companies around the country. And I mean, I just really think this is a great opportunity for you to kick off your learning and get to learn from me. Thank you so much for being here. We're just going to get on to the next slide. Not yet. Who's excited to get to know me now? Wait a minute. Who likes me after that introduction? Y'all are really nice, because I wouldn't like me if I were giving that introduction. I'm going to try it again. Let me try this again, because you were really giving me some applause there. Thank you. I'm April. Hi. This is my first time ever doing a speech like this. And I've never talked in front of this many people before, but we're going to talk about communication skills, and we'll just learn together. It'll be a great experience. Thank you so much for letting me come. You excited to hear from me now? You don't think so? Here's what I know. In order to build trust with anyone, you have to have credibility. What do you know? And empathy. How much do you care? And as we look at communicating, it is important that you figure out, where does your credibility come from? And you have come from a background all of your own, a family, a set of values, and you have experiences that lead you into the place where you will lead as a college student. You have empathy for something that keeps you up at night, that bothers you, something that gets you excited, and that's what you feel. And when you put these two things together, that is where trust comes from. But I'm going to tell you where I think most people break trust, where they lose it. And that is when they are what we call being incongruent. Albert Moravian did a study on this. And what he found is that when we are incongruent, by the way, incongruent, you're all college students, you know what this is, but I'm going to demonstrate it for you from a speaking standpoint, from a communication type standpoint, okay? If I'm going to be incongruent, it means how I look, how I sound, and what I say do not add up. I'm going to give you an example of this, and I'm going to take you to a ride in the car with my husband and I. Now, some of you are really good at reading body language, and some of you are going to be a quick study. So watch this. We're driving down the road, and he says, honey, what do you want for dinner tonight? Nothing. Is everything okay? Yep, I'm fine. Well, honey, you didn't say what you want. Would you rather have, he knows me really well, would you rather have pizza or Mexican food tonight? Doesn't matter. Okay. What do you know, everyone in the room? You're not fine, am I? Now, you might as well turn home and order a pizza, because this is not going to go well tonight. Now, how did you know? My arms are crossed now. I'm going to give you a little secret for anybody you want to watch. This is my dead giveaway. When that foot starts tapping, it's on. All right? I'm just saying. But look at this. I'm saying everything right. It doesn't matter anywhere we go. I'm fine. Doesn't matter, right? So my words and what I was saying do not add up. Let me show you another example of this. Oh, yeah. This is my angel baby, Cody. So Cody lived to be 16 years old, which in Basset Hound world is like an eternity. And Cody was supposed to be the runt of the litter, but instead, Cody was huge. And he wanted to stay in my lap at all times. So when Cody would hear my car coming, y'all bear with me for a moment, Cody would do something like this. And he would start crying right in that moment for me to let him get in my lap. Now, when I would open the door to the basement, what if I were to say, Cody, I love you, you're a good dog. What's he gonna do? I mean, tuck his tail, like, cower. He kind of would be on the floor by the end there, right? Here's another example. What if Cody, when I opened the door, I were to look at him and I would start petting him and I would go, Cody, you are so stupid. You're the dumbest dog I've ever met in my whole life. You are just so bad. What's he gonna do? Flip over, let me pet his belly. And I'm just telling you, dogs get this too. Right? What we know is that in order for you to use your leadership for good, you have to be congruent in what you say, how you say it, and what you look like when you're saying it, because that is when people will take you the most seriously. Now, you have a different element that I didn't have to experience when I was in school. And what I want you to see is what happens when you use social media. Because how many of us, let's be real, have ever gotten into some kind of a little debate on social media of any kind? Ever gotten your feelings hurt on social media because somebody else said something a little different? Ever sent a text message that caused a major rift? What I want to show you is some of where this comes from. So as a group, we're going to practice and we're just going to say this sentence together. We're going to start with I. And what I want you to do is put emphasis on the word that I'm pointing to. So we're going to start with I. Ready? I never said he stole money. Let's try never. Ready? I never said he stole. Said. I never said he stole money. He. I never said he stole money. Stole. I never said he stole money. Money. I never said he stole money. Look at that. It changes. I didn't say he stole it, but he did. Right? I didn't say he stole money, but he took something. Right? I didn't say it, but everybody else did. And this is what can happen as we communicate and use our message for good or for bad, and how it can also be misinterpreted. When I work with young people, one of the biggest frustrations I hear about is that, hey, you know what? I have a story to tell. I have a lot to say. In fact, I have a lot of experience, and no one will listen to me because I am not old enough yet, because they don't think I have enough experience. And so I'm going to teach you a way to tell a story a little bit differently. But before I do, I said that I asked if you'd like to come on stage or you didn't, and I didn't get a lot of participation. I'm going to get you to click on one of these microphones in just a minute. So you're going to scroll up. I'm just curious, how many of you would be excited if I asked you to come up and sing a karaoke song? And you have to, you get it blind, you don't know what it is. All right. I have selected someone before you got here. And what I did, I put a yellow Post-it note under somebody's chair. And so if you have that Post-it note, you're up.
Thank God.
The leaders over there